Hey everybody, so with the recent price reduction of PlayStation Now and the impending release of Google Stadia, I wanted to give some impressions and some thoughts on both. So let's get into it. PlayStation Now is Sony's streaming service. My first experience with the service came about a year ago when I did subscribe for about a month. Unfortunately, at that time, it just wasn't ready for prime time. I got a lot of issues with it, a lot of choppy frame rates, a lot of errors. I would get kicked out. It was just wasn't fun to use, so that's why I ended up canceling the service. Now, the reason that I picked it up again this year was because I did hear that they had made improvements, and also Sony did slash the price by about 50%. So I decided, you know what, I think it's time to give it a try again. So here I'm playing Resistance 3. So this game was originally released back on the PlayStation 3. It is a game that I missed, unfortunately. Not sure why. I did play 1 and 2, but I just missed this one. So I'm glad that I got to come back and play it, because it is a really, really fun first-person shooter. Controls are actually really tight, especially for the time that this was released. And this is a game that was released by Insomniac. I mean, this is their third game, so by this time, I mean, I'm pretty sure they had the time to perfect it, but it's a really, really good game. So if you have a chance to play this one, I definitely recommend it. So my experience with PlayStation Now has been actually very positive. I really haven't had too many issues. The only issue that I had was actually with the Force Unleashed, where I didn't drop any frames or get kicked out of the game, but I did get the icon indicating that I may get kicked out. And then the picture got really fuzzy for a few seconds, but it did restore itself, and I was able to continue playing. And I have played a few games. I played The Force Unleashed, Force Unleashed 2, Sonic Generations, Killzone 2, 3, Killzone Shadowfall, Grand Theft Auto 5, and a few other PS2 games. And I haven't had any issues, especially with this game. This is a very fast paced game, and it's running really, really well. So this actually has me really excited for the potential of Stadia. This game, so now we have Grand Theft Auto 5, so presumably this should be running at 1080p, 30 frames per second, and it's really smooth. So I can equate this to playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro on boost mode, so you don't get any of the kind of jankiness that you would get on the base PlayStation 4. So it runs very well on here. Now there is a caveat to my experience. So at the moment, I do have 1 gig up and 1 gig down. I had the same internet last year, so last year it still ran like crap, even though I had 1 gig up, 1 gig down. So presumably they have improved the service, but that is the caveat. My internet is not the norm for the rest of the United States. But even then, it still has me really excited of the potential, just to see how smooth this is, and just thinking like I didn't have to. I have this disc, the game. I have this disc. I own it, and just the thought of me not having to put that disc in and wait endlessly until it installs those 60 gigs, or wait until it updates, or wait until it loads up the story mode, which it still has to load up. But I did notice the load time, it wasn't significantly faster, but it was faster nonetheless. But just the fact that I didn't have to wait for the disc to install, I mean, for me, that is a huge win. I hate having, as soon as I get a new game, pop in the disc, and then have to wait for it to install, then have to wait for updates. So for me, that's probably the biggest draw for Stadia, and the other is just being able to play anywhere. All I need is my controller and my Chromecast, play it in the living room, play it upstairs. And I have a Pixel 3. I'll be getting a Pixel 4 next week, so I can play it literally anytime, any place. So the prospect of that portability, and then just seeing how solid PlayStation Now is, it has me super excited for Stadia. So for anybody out there, if you haven't tried PlayStation Now, definitely try it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what speeds you guys are running. I'd love to know, what kind of experiences you're getting on different speeds. And also, I will have the Founders Edition on hopefully November 19th. So I'll get that, open it up, let you guys know my impressions. I'll definitely post a video on that. And that's it, guys. Please smash that like button if you like the content. Subscribe, please. There will definitely be more content coming up. I have some tech reviews. The Marvel Superheroes Cabinet is coming, and also Stadia. So good stuff coming up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And thank you for your time.